All right, guys, come on in, come on in. I am going to do a tutorial on this evening. I've gotten a lot of people who have reached out saying that they want to begin. So I apologize that you're not going to see my face, but it's about this yarn tonight. So I want to keep my camera where you can see what I'm doing. For this beginning stage, we're going to just talk tonight about how we start making loops in a starter chain. So you'll need some yarn. This yarn is Mellabella yarn. You also need a pair of scissors, a lighter, just in case, maybe not. But anytime you're starting with your chunky knitting, have what I just showed you so far. Your yarn, your lighter, your scissors. You want your measuring tape, and you also want a lint roller. Okay? Those items are very, very, very important when you get started. All right, so here is our yarn. This is not a full skein of yarn. This is leftover yarn that's still good that I'll use. I finished the product, and so I'll be making it. So here we go. This right now is called our working yarn, and what we're going to do is make a loop like such, a fold, right? A twist. And then we're going to take our working yarn and we're going to take it and put it right through this hole. So let's start again. You're going to fold it, and we'll make our end piece a little bit longer. And now you have this loop, and your finger, your pinchers, we're going to call them your pinchers for right now, is what's holding it together. But you're going to take your working yarn strand and go through this loop and pull out another loop. And I pull this tight. Depending on which videos you look at, you have some people who will say make it loose like this and don't pull tight until you get to the end of your starter chain. Not me. I pull mine tight. You're going to have to figure out what works best for you. I have tried leaving it loose, and then when I get to the end of my starter chain, I pull tight. And I've seen it where they pull it tight and it works. For me, it hasn't. So here we go. You have to decide how you want to start. When I first started, I would only do 2 fingers. So this would have been closed in even more, right? Because I didn't want my blanket to be too loose. I didn't want a whole lot of holes. Now that I have been knitting for more than 2 months, I'm really comfortable with making it 3 fingers. So 3 fingers, and I can still wiggle it around, okay? So now you're going to take your working yarn. You're going to take your working yarn and you're going to lay it flat on the table. Then you're going to take this piece that you made your loop and you're going to lay it on top of your working yarn. Now, your pinchers that I talked about earlier, you're going to use your pinchers to go in the hole and bring that working yarn up to create another loop. That's 3 fingers. Let's say I'm making a blanket that is a 25 by 40. So I will make my loops until I get to 25 inches. And this is why your measuring tape is important. So again, let's talk about this. I'm going to lay my loop on top of my working yarn. Then I'm going to use my pinchers, my 2 fingers, to pinch the working yarn and pull it through until it makes that loop size that I want, which is 3 fingers. That's now 2 loops I've made, and you want to count along the way. So again, your pinchers, loop goes on top of the working yarn. You're going to use your pinchers to pull through. That's 3. Pinchers, working yarn, pull up, over, that's 4. We're going to do this until we get to 25 inches. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, here's how it looks so far, okay? And if your starter chain doesn't look right for you, it doesn't feel right, you stop, you unpull it, like take it apart and start again. Go back and watch my earlier videos where I was learning and you saw me stop and start and stop. I would pull it out and start again. So take your time and give yourself grace, okay? So we're at 10. I'm going to do 2 more and then I'm going to speed up the video so you all can get to the end. And you all work until you get to your 25 inches. So we're at 10. We lay our working yarn flat. We put our loop on top. We use our pinchers and we pull through. 11. 3 fingers, 3 finger width. That's 11. And 12. Now I'm going to keep going until I get to 25 and I'll meet you guys in the end. All right, let's stop and measure. I am currently at 28, too many, so I'm going to pull out 2, and then I'm going to measure again. Perfect. We are now at 26, which is fine because as you build the blanket, it's going to get bigger. So here is our starter chain. Now, for those of you who are, you're like, my starter chain doesn't look like this. As long as it feels good to you, not too loose, not too raggedy looking, it's okay. So that is how you make a starter chain. That is how you make a starter chain. Be sure that you, for the video, look at it, practice it one more time, and before you get off, make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you put a comment about what you think, what you want to see again, what you would like for me to do differently on showing you how to make a starter chain. Make sure you like it and follow because we will have more and I don't want you to miss out on it. Here's the back of that chain. For part 2, I am going to show you how to take this same starter chain and then begin making your loops, okay? So until next time, this is Real Life with a Chunky Chick who loves the chunky knit. And I am that chunky chick, Dr. C. That's me.